All right, here we go. Just a little off the side. Let's have a great day, honey. It was 2:14 in the afternoon. Chicago was a symphony of chaos, screaming sirens, grinding metal, and the endless pulse of millions of lives. Then, the clock struck 15. The world didn't end with a bang. It ended with a hum, a single, golden frequency that swallowed the noise. I was mid-sentence, arguing over a latte. The barista looked past me, her eyes reflecting something I couldn't see. A piece that didn't belong here. The light became thick, like liquid honey in the air. She didn't scream, simply dissolved into the glow, leaving nothing but the echo of silence. I stood alone. Steam rose from her unfinished work. On the floor, a scattered heap of wedding rings and watches, the heavy things they couldn't take. Outside, the sky was a haunting masterpiece. A bowing 747 drifted through the clouds, a ghost ship on an automated path to nowhere. Cars didn't crash. They simply coasted to a halt against curbs, their engines idling until the fuel ran dry. The drivers were just gone. Michigan Avenue, the heart of the city, was an empty canyon. No footsteps, no voices, only the wind whistling through the skeletons of skyscrapers. The world was suddenly full of discarded stories. A newspaper caught in a breeze, an open briefcase, a bicycle leaning against a wall. I walked toward the park, my own footsteps sounding like thunder in the stillness. I felt small, an ant in a playground built for giants. I wasn't entirely alone. I found others, the leftovers. A businessman on a bench, a teenager staring at a screen that had gone dark. Their faces were maps of terror. They weren't chosen, and neither was I. We were the glitches in whatever grand design had just been executed. The man whispered something, his voice brittle. He asked if I heard it too, the sound of the space they left behind. A hollow, ringing ache. The sun began to set, but the light didn't fade normally. It lingered, a permanent golden scar across the horizon, refusing to let the night in. I looked at my hands, waiting for the hum to take me, waiting to become light. But I remained solid, heavy, earthbound, while the rest ascended. I started walking again. There was no destination, only the road. A lone man in a city built for 3 million, now home to none. The echo of my own footsteps is the only proof I still exist. The world is beautiful now, in its own tragic, empty way. It's just an echo. Silence is the only language left to learn, and the wind is the only one left to speak it. I keep walking to find the many left out like me, hoping we could still find grace from the Creator. Elias reached the pier and sat, dangling his legs over the edge. He realized he wasn't a survivor of a tragedy, but a witness to a transition. The world hadn't ended. It had simply moved on without him. Took off his watch, laid it quietly on the wood, and watched the golden light swallow the horizon. He was the final heartbeat of a noisy era, finally learning how to be still.